Good evening, everyone. Good evening, students. Very good evening, Afroz. Very good evening, Fauzia, and everyone, those of you who have just joined. So, let's begin with this session. So, first of all, I welcome each one of you to my class on the Indian Penal Code 1860. Let's start with my brief introduction first. My name is Sandeep Khatri. These are my areas of specialization, as you can see on the screen. Here is the link of my profile of Unacademy. So make sure you follow that to get all the updates about my special classes and my plus courses. Students, here is the link of my Telegram channel where you can connect with me and ask questions. At last, I have mentioned my code, that is Khatri10, which you can use to get free access of all the special classes available on Unacademy app. So this was about me. Now I request everyone, please be attentive, and this is going to be an interactive session. So feel free to ask your questions in the comments. Students, before starting this session, I like to make one important announcement that if you are facing any issues, problems while dealing with any of these 9 special laws, so make sure you watch these classes on my in my special classes, and this is completely free of cost. I have covered all these 9 special laws one by one with the explanation part. In addition to that, the MCQ part also has been covered. So now coming to today's class, this is the second part of offenses against property. So even before starting the class, if you do have any questions, you may write in the comments. So any questions? Very good evening, Mohammed, and everyone, those of you who have just joined. Yes, any questions, students? So in this class, what I'm going to cover, I'll start with the concept of stolen property. After stolen property, I will talk about the concept of cheating and cheating by personation. So what is the major difference between these two concepts? I will take some important questions in relation to these two topics, followed by mischief, and at last I will talk about criminal trespass. So this is the schedule for today's class. So let's begin with the very first one, that what is stolen property. Students, as of now, in offense against property, we are done with the concept of theft. After that, extortion, and then the concept of robbery. Okay, so if some person got in movable property from theft, any kind of property from extortion or robbery, that particular property will be treated as a stolen property, and the person who is selling stolen property will also get the punishment. The person who is buying that particular stolen property will also get the punishment. So all you need to remember is this particular list. If the property is subject to theft, extortion, robbery, criminal breach of trust, criminal misappropriation of property. Now, there is one thing which is missing in this particular list, and that is of dacoity. Now, can anyone tell me why dacoity has been missed from this list? Yes, anyone? Do answer in the comments. Why dacoity is not part of section 410? Anyone? Answer to this question, students, because we do have a very specific section, that is section 412, that dealt with the concept of stolen property in relation to dacoity. So all this will fall under section 410, and section 412 will specifically deals with the property in relation to dacoity. So this is the reason that it is not there. Usually there are some markets as well which are famous, where usually people buy and sell stolen properties. So all these will come under the example of this offense. Now, moving forward. Yes, Satish, correct answer. We have a separate section, section 412. Now, coming to the next topic, that is cheating and cheating by personation. So, let's take a very fresh example. So, suppose there is a person, Mr. A, and he is pretending to be in a civil service. Okay, and this is something he is doing intentionally. Why? The object is to deceive another person, that is Z. Okay, and because of this deception, he actually took some goods on credit. Okay, with an intention that he is not going to pay the amount. Now, in this whole example, I'm repeating myself. There is a person, Mr. A, who is pretending to be in civil services, and this is something which is he's doing intentionally. The objective is to deceive Z so that he can take goods on credit. Now, A is doing what offense? The offense of cheating or cheating by personation. Yes, please answer in the comments. Option number A, cheating has been committed by Mr. A, or option number B, cheating by personation has been committed by Mr. A. Yes, please do answer in the comments. Waiting for your answers. Okay, Satish, first one to answer B. Okay. Now, Satish, listen carefully. First thing, when it comes to IPC, all the illustrations are very, very, very important. So the question which I have just shared with you is basically an illustration only from cheating. That is section number 415. Illustration A. This is a case of cheating, not cheating by personation. Now, coming to the reasons why this is cheating and not cheating by personation. Because here the very first line was A by falsely pretending to be in civil services. So why this particular statement is not cheating by personation? Yes, anyone who likes to answer this question. Fozia, correct answer. But can anyone tell me the reason? Here A is pretending to be in civil services. Still, it will not fall under cheating by personation. It will be cheating. Why? What is the reason? Yes, Fozia, what is the reason for your answer? And the answer is, students, because the name of the person is Mr. A. He just lied about that he was in civil services. But if his name was Mr. A and he said that I am Mr. X, who is one of the famous IAS officer, and then he intentionally deceives someone, then that will fall under cheating by personation. This is the difference. His identity was same. His name was Mr. A. That is completely correct. He just told a lie that he was in civil services. But if he told that I am Mr. X, so suppose my name is Sandeep Khatri, I am an educator who practices law. Okay, so this is my correct information. But if I say that my name is Mr. Ashok Kumar, okay, and I am a big businessman from Ahmedabad, then I'm doing cheating by personation. I hope it's clear now. Satish, very good evening. Padma and everyone, those of you who have just joined. So let me give you another example of now cheating by personation. So if suppose there is a person whose actual name is, he's a A, He lives in Delhi and he is a student. Okay, in Delhi University. Now Mr. A tells someone that his name is Mr. X. He is from Mumbai and he has 5 factories and he is basically a businessman, a rich businessman. Now what Mr. A is doing? Why he is telling lie about his personation? Because Mr. A is doing cheating. The objective is to deceive someone with this identity, and this is cheating by personation. I hope it's clear now. Okay, Satish and Fozia, if it's clear, then let's move to the next topic. Students, there is one thing which is common in all these offenses, whether it is theft, extortion. Listen carefully, this is going to be important. Okay. Theft, extortion, robbery, dacoity. There is one thing that against whom the victim, against whom these offenses has been committed, that person is basically wrongfully lost something. A wrongful loss has been committed to the victim, right? Against whom theft, extortion, robbery, or dacoity has been committed. And the person, the offender, has got wrongfully gain. Because of that theft, the offender has gained something. Because of that extortion, the offender has again gained something. Similar in the situations like robbery and dacoity. But when we study about this topic, mischief, in the case of mischief, there is a wrongful loss for the victim, but not the wrongful gain for the offender. For example, let's take an example. If Mr. A intentionally break the window of B's car, okay, if A intentionally breaks the window of B's car, in that case there is wrongful loss to B, but is there any wrongful gain to A? The answer is no. So now what offense A has committed? A has committed the offense of mischief. Any questions till now? So this is just a new perspective to see what is the relationship between the concept of the offense of mischief in relation to these theft, extortion, robbery, or dacoity. Okay. Now one more thing about mischief, that can you cause the offense of mischief without intention? Yes, anyone. Can you commit mischief without intention? Yes. Fozia. Okay, yes. The reason is when you read section 425, the very first essential says either with intention to cause, which is mens rea, or knowledge. Okay, so it is either intention or knowledge. So mischief can be done without even mens rea as well. Okay. Now there is one famous illustration, the illustration A of mischief. A voluntarily burns a valuable security. Section 30 defines the concept of valuable security. So if A voluntarily burns a valuable security belonging to Z, intending to cause wrongful loss to Z, A has committed mischief. Okay, ji. The punishment lies in section 426. I'm reading section 425 completely. Whoever with intent to cause or knowing that he is likely to cause wrongful loss or damage to the public or any person causes the destruction of any property. Any property here means when it comes to the concept of theft, that can be only movable property can be a subject matter. But when it comes to mischief, it is either movable or immovable. What about extortion? Extortion can be committed against movable or immovable or both. Answer in the comments. What about in the case of extortion? Answer. Satish, both. Both is the correct answer. What about in the case of robbery? What about in the case of robbery and dacoity? Movable property, immovable property, or both? And the answer is, even in the case of robbery and dacoity, it can be both. Now coming to mischief, continuing with that. Or any such change in any property or in the situation thereof as destroy or diminishes its value. What is the purpose of mischief? Either you destroy or diminishes the value of the property. So, the broken window, the example which I took recently, that if Mr. A broke down the window of B's car, in that case, the value of the property basically diminishes. And this is an example of mischief. Let's take another next example of the concept of mischief. If there is a Mr. A and he is having a ring, the owner of ring is B and A throws away this ring. Suppose in the river. And now there is no chance that Mr. B can found that. Now what offense has been committed by Mr. A? This is again the example of mischief. Any questions from the concept of mischief now, students? Coming to the next topic, that is basically your trespass. Criminal, civil. So when we talk about criminal trespass, this is basically section 441. And when we talk about the civil trespass, we are talking about the law of torts. So what is the major difference between criminal and civil trespass? In civil trespass, there is no intention. There is no intention to do any kind of an offense. Then it will be a case of civil trespass. Okay. Let's take one simple example. Suppose it's a house. Okay. And you are playing cricket here. And just to pick your ball, okay, just to pick your ball, you jump from the boundary and took your ball out. But you enter in this property without the permission of the owner. Now, can we say you have committed civil trespass? Answer is yes. This will fall under law of torts. But when it comes to criminal trespass, now I will go into the details of this topic. Now, what is section 441? The very first essential is enter into or upon property. So, which was in this also? In the possession of another with intent to commit any offense. When there is an intention when there is any intention. What kind of an intention? To commit offense. Then you are doing criminal trespass. Like suppose in the case of theft, in the case of robbery, in the case of dacoity, there is going to be criminal trespass as well. Because the moment you enter into someone's property without their permission, with intent to commit any of the offenses, you have already committed one another offense, which is criminal trespass. Moving forward, either you went there to commit any offense or to intimidate, which means किसी को धमकाने के लिए, insult or annoy, if these are your objects. Okay, now let me give you one more example on this. Generally, if you want to enter into someone's house, what is the procedure? The procedure is you ring the bell, and the moment you ring the bell, then the person will see whether he wants to welcome you or not. Okay, this is the procedure. But if someone directly enter into someone's property, okay, and this is with intention to commit either any offense, let's take example of theft or robbery or dacoity, or to insult or to annoy or to intimidate. If these are your objective, then this person has committed the offense of criminal trespass. Criminal trespass is not a subject matter of law of torts. Civil trespass is. Coming to the next para, or having lawfully entered into or upon such property. Now let's take another example to understand the second part of criminal trespass. Suppose this is a farmhouse and there's a birthday party going on. Mr. A got the invitation of this birthday party. So he went there. Now at 10 p.m., the host announced that the party is over. Now you may go to your house. Okay. And everyone left except Mr. A. And he intentionally hides behind the almirah. Okay. Now, his entry was something which was permitted. But now he remains in that house so that he can commit any offense like theft. Now, can he be amount to criminal trespass or not? The answer lies in the second para of section 441, which says, having lawfully entered into or upon such property, like in this case, unlawfully remains there. Why? Because the host already announced that the party is over at 10 p.m. To intimidate, insult, or annoy any such person, or with intent to commit any offense. The objective, the list of objective remains the same. Then it is set to commit criminal trespass. So this was your section 441. Now anything which you are not clear with, any of the offenses in relation to this chapter number 17. Yes, please. Fozia, there is no such concept called jointly mischief. Or you are referring to when two or more person committed the offense of mischief, then it may fall under jointly mischief. Okay. Yes, now anything which you are not clear with. There is one more important section in relation to mischief, that is 428. And this is mischief by killing or maiming animal of value of 10 rupees. This is also one of the favorite section number for your PT exams. Section number 428. So starting from section 427 till 440. 427 till 440. These are all different kinds of mischief. Okay. Yes, anything now which you are not clear with, or anything in your mind right now in relation to IPC or specifically this chapter. Okay, let me come up with a question then. There are 7 persons who entered in a jewelry shop at 2 p.m. Okay. They took out the guns and then looted the whole shop. Okay, whole jewelry shop. After that, they got arrested, and after their arrest in the trial, the court convict 4 persons and acquitted 3 persons. Now, what offense has been committed by these 4 persons? Answer in the comments. It's an easy one, trust me. Not that difficult. One of your most repeated mains PYQ. Satish, robbery. What about others? The answer is correct, students. These 4 persons will get the punishment of robbery. So that's it from my end, students. This is the link of my profile, my Telegram channel, and this is my code Khatri10. Let's crack PCSJ with Unacademy. If you are preparing for UP Judiciary or Chhattisgarh Judiciary, you may go for these full-length mock test. Safalta 4.0 comprehensive batch is starting from Feb 16. There's a rapid revision for Uttarakhand Judiciary, which has already been started from Feb 3rd. Unacademy has already announced their judiciary notes. And these are the key features. If you are preparing for Punjab Judiciary mains examination, that make sure you enroll yourself for 3 full-length tests for mains exam, and plus you will get their model answers as well. So that's it from my end. See you in my next class. Till then, yes, it's time to say peace.